wrapping up the news video today, we move to, I guess the best way to put it is news that I'm going to gloss over. And that is that, unfortunately, a lot more has been made about what's going on with Matt Riddle. And in my opinion, it would be best to just suggest that if you want to find out more information on it, that Google is your friend, and that I I really don't really have enough background or enough understanding of what, like, every position in the situation, but the situation has snowballed into something that is a lot more than just Matt getting some time off from WWE to give him a break from television and give fans a break from seeing him. It seems like it's a little bit more of an unfortunate set of circumstances, and I do hope that whatever happens, that you know it works out for the best of everybody involved, because it does seem like a very you know unfortunate situation. But if but for my sake, I think it would be best for me not to comment on it and just say again that if you want to learn more information about what's going on, just Google Matt Riddle and you'll find out everything that is going on. But it's an unfortunate set of circumstances, and it really makes you maybe change your opinion on Matt and have a better understanding of why he's not on television. But again, I would just like to say, Google is your friend, and that's all I'm going to say about the situation. One situation that is not poor for me to talk about is Swerve in Our Glory has finally split. And surprisingly, it seems like celebrity Rick Ross may have some part in it. As Rick Ross was there on Dynamite last night mediating a confrontation between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. And I mean, people saw this coming a mile away, but they didn't maybe see what happened. And again, I think that if you Google is your friend, so if you want to go on YouTube and check it out for yourself, it seems like it was a very intense turn for Swerve Strickland and also Rick Ross, because Rick Ross seems like he might be a member of Swerve's new stable. But Parker Bordeaux and Graydon Goatsman are stablemates now of Swerve Strickland and Rick Ross, because during the segment, Swerve turned on Keith Lee when Keith Lee was jumped by Parker Bordeaux and Graydon Goatsman, which surprisingly, it surprised me. I don't know about you, but it surprised me that Graydon Goatsman is actually a former MLB baseball player spending time with the Tampa Bay Rays. And now he is a AEW superstar. Graydon Goatsman seems like a similar, someone of similar build to Keith Lee, but it does raise the question of what happens with the Trustbusters in that situation, because Parker Bordeaux was the only, in my opinion, the only member of the Trustbusters that actually had potential to a degree. And seeing that Parker Bordeaux is now not a member of the Trustbusters anymore and a member of the Mogul affiliates with Graydon Goatsman, Rick Ross, and Swerve Strickland, it makes you wonder what is the future for Ariya Daivari and his former stable. But it does seem like Ariya Daivari has found a new home, within the ranks of the varsity athletes and Mark Sterling. Because in the Rampage preview tomorrow, you will see that Ariya Daivari is actually paired up with Mark Sterling varsity athletes in a battle royal set to take place on Rampage. But my question is, well, I understand the logic of it. You have the two big guys there to protect Swerve Strickland. But my question is, where do you go from here between with Swerve and Keith Lee? Because it seems like they wrote Keith Lee off for a bit. Again, you know, if you go back in time to when Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were doing their rivalry, and Dean and Seth both did something with a cinder block, or Dean got stomped on a cinder block. Let's just say there was something with the cinder block and Keith Lee last night, and the Swerve Stomp. Again, YouTube is your friend in this situation. If you want to go check it out, YouTube is your friend. Um, but I'm not surprised that it happened, and it seems like Swerve may have all the momentum in the world now. It's just a matter of where they go from here. Speaking of somebody that we miss and somebody that we can't wait to see return, again, I will work on my segues, but Big E posted an update, and Big E said that he will be giving us an update in March when the year mark comes, as he's going to have to visit with doctors again to make sure that everything is in working order. But he has no structural damage, no nerve damage, and he just has a little bit of more damage to recover from his C1 vertebrae. So it is a very positive sign that Big E is talking about a return. But the fact of the matter is, he is still far away because he is not going to rush back from such a serious injury and risk getting injured again. Which I don't blame him for a second, and I love the fact that Big E is taking his time to come back. But I do hope for the best, and I wish I would have said this, but I forgot to say it when we talked about Adam Cole in the last video, that I would love to see both Big E and Adam Cole back, and I would love to see Big E get an opportunity to regain the WWE Championship that he had for a very short period of time in 2022, before dropping it at Day 1 to Brock Lesnar. But I would love to see Big E back with the New Day. He doesn't necessarily need to come back. He could become a coach. He could stop wrestling. But I wish nothing but the best for Big E and Adam Cole, and would love to see them back in the ring in 2023. Now on to something else that we're not going to, somebody that we're not going to see back in the ring anytime soon, and that is leader of NXT, Shawn Michaels, who said in a recent interview that when asked about having another match, he said, "No, I'm done. I had my last match. I'm happy with my career, and that's it." You know, yes, we were dumbfounded and surprised and shocked and jumping for joy at the sight of seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the ring for a match at WrestleMania this year with Kevin Owens. And the fact of the matter is, that is something we never thought we'd see. But unfortunately, Shawn Michaels, the last match that he had in 2018 at Crown Jewel, was that bad that I don't think we will ever see Shawn back in the ring ever again. And that is fine, because the way he ended it was by saying it's time for the next generation to have their moment in the sun, to flourish. Speaking of the next generation, WWE officials are said to be ecstatic by how things have gone with NXT, on NXT superstars appearing on main event. And I know I mentioned this in a previous news video, but the fact is, I just want to point out that this is something that they should keep doing in 2023, and much like I've said about with Dynamite and Rampage, that they need to talk about what's going on in some cases on Dark Elevation, to show that certain talent are having winning streaks and certain talent are doing this and certain talent are doing that on the C show, or the B show, whatever you want to call it, just to give a little bit of a background to those talent that are frequenting shows like Main Event or Dark Elevation, to give background and to provide emphasis on why these people matter and who these people are. And I think that is something that they should consider in 2023 and do more of in 2023, because I love seeing the youngsters getting the opportunity to perform on a bigger stage like they have with NXT talent being on Main Event throughout the last couple of months to get a closer look from WWE's higher ups. But these have been my thoughts on wrestling, and I would love to hear from you. You can either let me any way you would like, because any and all interactions with the videos are more than appreciated and do help with the algorithm. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Before you go, do not forget to ding dong that bell to always know when a new video is up on the channel, and I will see you very soon.